bit more listenable. I'll have to boost the sound of this as well. Here we go. Okay, so clearly playing without a metronome. Okay, first of all, I'm going to change my the sound of my guitar because it's impossible to hear over that. Yeah, definitely not playing over a metronome screwed that up. I speed up super fast in the last part. I wasn't expecting to goof that badly, but it seems that I did. Not a huge deal, whatever. But yeah, I'll try not to do that next time. Okay, so again, let's try playing this. Let's try playing this chord progression. Okay, so what can we? Oh, wait. Sorry, that last chord should be major, not minor. Anyways, not a big deal. Basically, what I did was, okay, I started with the E major, as I mentioned, and then basically I just what I did as usual is I just tried playing along. That sounds good, okay. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, that sounds really good. I like that. So basically it was just me playing different chords, and all the chords that I used were in the all the chords that I used were in the key that I wanted, or that I was playing in. So it sounded good, and I knew roughly, like, I knew that of the chords that I was going to play, I knew it wasn't going to be like all 24 of the possible chords I could play from here to here. I knew that there were some that just would never work with the melody I was playing, so I was able to just try stuff out. But basically I start with, I'm going to try to name these chords, but I'm going to be wrong about half of them. It goes E major, and then it goes, this one is C minor, and then I remove my finger that makes it a minor, and it actually becomes, I don't know exactly what this is. I think it might be like diminished or something. It's not like a proper major or minor chord. It's something else. It's like a jazz chord. But it's still a C. So it's still like, and I think the reason that this actually works is because of the accidental I played. I think by removing this note that makes the chord minor, it stays in like alignment with the melody that I'm playing. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I think that's why it works. Anyways, it sounds nice, doesn't it? And I move it down from here to here. So this is now a G minor. And then I go up here and I play a D minor, which I could also play up here if I wanted to. But the bar chord gives it an extra high note, which I like more, because if I play here, if I go from this, it feels like you're going down. But then if you do this, it feels like an ascent. Even though I'm playing all the same notes, the only difference is some of those notes are higher. Like the when I play this, like there's a higher, I don't know what note this is. There's a high A, which is higher than this note. Even though this note is also being played being played like 3 times in this chord. But because of that highest one, it makes the chord just feel higher. And because of that, this whole song sounds like an ascent, because I keep on moving up the neck. So that was my idea. These chords aren't strictly like getting higher and higher. I'm not going like A, B, C, D. Some of them go backwards, but I play them at a higher octave, so they're always going forwards, and that gives them a sense of ascent. So anyways, like I was saying, I played D minor, sorry, and then I play E minor, which remember I played a long time ago, E minor, and then I play this one, which is B major, B major. Boom, that's the chord progression. Um, this is the most complex part of the song, absolutely. If you grasp this, you basically grasp the crux of this song thus far. The next chord progression is very simple. It's basically the same as my beginning chord progression. I just have an extra chord in it. But I basically just go down to A minor. And then E minor. A minor, E minor. And then G sharp minor. So at this point I'm playing everything minor. And I'm just repeating this. This one isn't as much of a journey as the last one. But then here, I end on A minor instead of on E minor. Because if I do this, here, I'll play you and both of them, and then I'll tell you what's different. So because E is the tonic of this song, that means when I play an E, the song resolves. But then when I play this, here it's not resolved, so the song wants to continue. So by avoiding that root, I'm able to keep the tension for the song high, just like how I kept it high in the beginning when I ended on a minor, when that chord wasn't established in the song to begin with. So then basically because this part, it was a repeating chord, what happened at this point was I wrote the, before I wrote the melody and then I wrote the chord, but then I wrote these chords and then I wrote the melody. So let me record this, these chords. And then of course, I'll write the melody on top. Okay, so with this one, my idea was, obviously my chord progression in the second part of the song is all over the place, and the melody goes like all the way from down here to like up here. So it covers almost 2 octaves, just over an octave and a half. So basically, that one moved around a lot, that whole part of the song. And I wanted to stay still a bit before moving on to a more dynamic part, which I haven't written yet, but it's going to be more dynamic. So the idea was, I'm just going to play these 3 chords. Pretty basic chord progression, and I want to play melodies over it that are a bit more, like not stagnant, but they stay in place a bit more. And the idea is like, if you play a melody that goes all over the place, like, for example, you've got something like, okay, that's it. So that's Bach's Bourrée. But basically, this song goes all over the place. I don't remember how to play it on guitar, but it basically goes da 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 da. So it's going all over the place, and it's very catchy, and a lot of people know it. But when you play something like this, everyone knows what you're playing, as long as I play it correctly, which I won't. So that's obviously Ode to Joy, and that like motif is played a million times in that song. But by repeating it, it becomes a motif and it becomes ingrained in the mind of the listener. So all of these melodies that are going all over the place, they're nice and all, but they don't ingrain themselves in the person's mind. And that's important to do in music as well. I think it's a crutch that a lot of popular music has, where the only importance is being an earworm and repeating. But at the same time, I do think repetition is a lot more vital than I've usually given it credit. So at this point, like I said, I made this very repetitive chord progression, and now I just have to figure out a melody to play on top of it. So that melody, last time I played it, it ended on this, I think. No, it ended on this. Sorry, okay. So this was what I ended on. These are just the upper three notes of this whole chord that I played on the rhythm section. So that was a natural place to end the melody, playing the exact same thing as the rhythm section. But now that I've ended on this note, oh my god, now that I've ended on this note, which is a B, I think, I just wanted to meander around these top three notes, keep my hand around here. So what I ended up playing was this. Okay, sorry, I remember now. I remember what I played. Let me just turn this one down a bit. Or let me turn my guitar up, actually. Because my guitar is mad quiet right now.